UBC News tonight here on UBC TV. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. Top stories tonight. President Museveni pays tribute to former Deputy Prime Minister General Moses Ali, says he was a peace lover. Parliament unanimously agrees with Prime Minister Nabanja to reflect on 50-year career of late General Moses Ali. And the IGP Abbas Kagaba asks High Court Civil Division to dismiss a habeas corpus application of Mwanga Chivumbi. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language it is Senyamo Yusuf and I am Rukidi Kijjanangoma. Now President Yoweri Museveni has paid tribute to former Deputy Prime Minister and Adjumani Member of Parliament Moses Ali, describing him as a lover of peace and a champion of development. The President was at Parliament to pay last respects to the veteran leader. We have more in this story.
The body of the fallen statesman arrived at Parliament by 7:30 a.m. The Speaker Jacob Oboth, Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayewa, Government Chief Whip Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, and members of Parliament received the body. The body was later laid at the Parliament foyer for the public to pay their last respects. President Yoweri Museveni later arrived and laid a wreath on the casket, signed the condolence book, and met the bereaved family in the VIP lounge. Among those present were the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, the Prime Minister and her deputies, the Leader of Opposition, Joel Senyonyi, ministers, and both the current and former members of Parliament. President Museveni eulogized the late Moses Ali as a true peacemaker who prioritized dialogue over confrontation.
He was a lover of freedom. This one I came to know because although he had been with Amin in the coup of 1971, I later on heard, and the family cannot tell you more, maybe you can even document it. Wakina mama wanaweza kutuambia zaidi juu ya hii mambo ya wakati wa Idi Amin. Sisi tulikuwa tuko hapa, lakini nilikuwa nasikia kwamba Moses Ali alikuwa hapendi mambo ya Idi Amin ya kuua watu. I heard that Moses Ali was not happy with Idi Amin killing people. And that's why I had been even removed from the army, pushed in the civilian side. Then I remember something about some friction between him and Idi Amin. This was during that time of Idi Amin.
He remembered Ali as a passionate advocate for West Nile. According to Museveni, the late Moses Ali consistently pushed the government to develop the region, a call that has since been fulfilled.
There is the road from Nebi to the border with Congo. and along there up to Aru. There is this other road from Pakwach to Rhino Camp, and then along the Nile. We are going to work on those roads. But remember what I've been telling you in the campaign. People don't sleep on the roads. They sleep in their houses. So the issue of the household incomes for West Nile is something we should agree on. Ever since the tobacco got problems, we need new enterprises. And I have given guidance on all this time on those issues.
Parliament later held a special sitting in honor of the late Moses Ali before the body was airlifted to Adjumani for burial. Moses Ali was born in 1939 and died at the age of 87. He will be buried on Thursday, July 23rd in Adjumani district. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Illustrious and dedicated service to the country is worth noting. This was contained in the motion as Parliament convened to pay tribute to the late General retired Moses Ali, who died on Saturday. Prime Minister Robina Nabanja informed the House of what was described as illustrious career spanning more than 50 years of the late General Moses Ali. Parliament unanimously agreed with the motion as members reflected on the golden moments of the former Member of Parliament.
For over 50 years, the late retired General Moses Ali leaves behind endless memories, having served at different capacities, including national and individual levels. By 10 a.m., Parliament convened not to legislate, but to mark the moments that mattered in the life journey and service of the late Moses Ali. The weight, wisdom and impact of the late Moses Ali informed the decision for government through the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to introduce to the House a motion to pay tribute to the former legislator.
Right Honorable General retired Moses Ali was a courageous soldier and an astute leader whose personal traits of selflessness, commitment to public interest, strict accountability, ethical transparency enabled him to serve the people of Uganda with distinction.
The keyword used, illustrious career, serving in various capacities in the military, civil and public service of Uganda, where Ali played a crucial role in the peace, national unity, stability and social and economic transformation of Uganda.
Through periods of political transition, conflict, reconstruction and nation building, his longevity in public service also meant that he mentored and worked alongside several generations of leaders. Many members of this House today have differed with him politically, but they undoubtedly learned valuable lessons from his experience.
General Moses Ali was a commercial farmer who was a mentor and demonstrated to all the people of Uganda and the youth especially that the jobs and wealth are in commercial agriculture, in industry, services, and ICT. In his service as a politician, he mentored many, including myself.
Wherever he served, institutions became stronger. He saw governments come and go, but his commitment to the people never changed.
If we were to pass our civics and general paper exams, one of them was Brigadier Moses Ali, Minister of Finance. The second was Brigadier Barnabas Kiri, who was the Minister of Education. If you didn't know the two, I can assure you going to secondary school would be a problem. Right Honorable Speaker, General Moses Ali had a passion for and really loved the military. he always had Officer 4 stars on his vehicle, even on the civilian vehicle.
The legislators could not hold the golden moments that defined the integrity of the person in the late Moses Ali.
Honorable Ali was a calm person. I remember a number of occasions when we had very heated debates on Apa, on Zoka Forest. He remained calm despite the pressures. Those are very, very heated debates in the South. Actually, sometimes I thought this man, after that, he'll fall us. But he left, we would leave the chamber, go back, come back tomorrow, and then we'll do our work.
I thought you were going to tell this House about his calmness. He was seated there one day, and somebody raised order, and that he was sleeping. When he got up, he said, you know, I was just meditating and closing my eyes to avoid seeing ugly people like...
Managing a driver and your general is not easy. General Moses Ali has been a real soldier. I last talked to him when we had called voting for the Speaker of Parliament, but you could see him still insisting at any activity dealing with government. Most of us, when we get sick, we tend to hide our way. But General Moses Ali was in the public, fighting and doing everything for the good of his country.
Among the key positions which the late Moses Ali served in include Member of Parliament, Adjumani West County from 2026 to date, Second Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Government Business in Parliament from 2021 to 2026. First Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Government Business in Parliament from 2016 to 2021. Third Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of Government Business in Parliament from 2011 to 2016. Member of Parliament, East Moyo County from 2011 to 2016. First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, 2003. Second Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Disaster Preparedness and Refugees in 2001. From 2001 to 2006, he was the Member of Parliament for East Moyo County. Between 2000 and 2003, he was the Second Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Internal Affairs. Second Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Trade and Industry in 1996 to 2000. Member of Parliament, East Moyo County from 1996 to 2001. Moses Ali served as Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities from 1995 to 1996. Between 1994 and 1995, he was the Minister for Wildlife, Tourism and Antiquities. Member of Uganda's Constituent Assembly representing East Moyo in 1994. Chairman of the Federation of Uganda Football Association in 1994. Member of the National Resistance Council for East Moyo in 1989. Minister of Finance in 1975. Chairman Central Trade Board in 1976 to 1978. Member of Makerere University Council between 1976 to 1978. Chairman Valuation Committee responsible for negotiating with governments whose citizens left property in Uganda in 1972, 1976 to 1978. Governor in the African Development Bank and African Development Fund in 1978. Chairman Board of Governors of the Islamic Development Bank between 1978 to 1979. Teacher at Coach Goma Church of Uganda Primary School and Anaka Catholic Girls School between 1967 to 1968.
And I want to put a question to the motion paying tribute to the Right Honorable General, the late Honorable Retired General Moses Ali, Member of Parliament for Adjumani West County and former Second Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda, for his illustrious and dedicated service to the Republic of Uganda. And those in favor say aye, and to the contrary say nay. Aye. The ayes have it.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
What an illustrious career, and that was, of course, tributes being, given about the late General Moses Ali. Now, the body of the late General Moses Ali has been airlifted to Adjumani district, where he will be laid to rest on the 22nd of July 2026. Family members and relatives accompanied the deceased aboard a UPDF helicopter, while General Army officers oversaw the airlifting process. Ivan Kahwa reports.
After paying tribute to the late General Moses Ali at the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the casket containing the body of the late General Moses Ali was driven to the Kololo Independence Ceremonial Grounds, where a waiting chopper was to airlift him to Adjumani district, where he will be laid to rest. Now, the body of the late General Moses Ali was brought in a UPDF funeral services van, and upon arrival at the Kololo Independence Ground, the van proceeded to where the chopper was. At this point, only general officers were present to ensure that the casket containing the body is transferred from the vehicle to the helicopter. Now, these were only general officers. For those who are familiar or not familiar with the UPDF ranks, if you see a 1-star up to 4 stars, those are ranks from Brigadier General to a full general. Now, Moses Ali was a full general, a 4-star general, equivalent to the rank the President of the Republic of Uganda has: General Katumbo Amala, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, General David Muhoozi, General Kale Kihura, and many others. So that is why only general officers were attending to their fellow general officer. Now, after that exercise was done, they were given back their hats, and then the families, relatives, and other members were allowed to board, and then proceeded to Adjumani district, where the send-off will officially take place on the 22nd of July 2026. The Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Major Jessica Alupo, will represent the head of state, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in Adjumani district. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
To other news now, and the Uganda People's Congress UPC Parliamentary Caucus has reaffirmed that the party only recognizes Jimmy Akena as its duly elected president. The caucus says it distances itself from statements made by third parties warning them against interfering in the party's internal affairs. The legislators made their remarks during a press conference at Parliament in Kampala.
UPC, everybody, UPC.
The latter follows alleged recent announcements by the Patriotic League of Uganda, PLU, which indicated plans to remove incumbent UPC president Jimmy Akena and replace him with Dennis Adim Enap.
UPC.
The move has been rejected by the UPC Parliamentary Caucus, led by its chairperson, Eunice Apio Otuko.
No individual, pressure group, political association, or external organization has the authority to appoint or impose the leadership of the Uganda People's Congress Party. The affairs of the party shall be conducted solely in accordance with its constitution and the laws of Uganda.
Dennis Enap Adim did not complete the due processes of the election of the party president of UPC as enshrined in the constitution. He is not the legally elected party president of UPC.
The legislators maintain that the leadership of the party can only change through a lawful electoral process.
UPC Parliamentary Caucus does not recognize and will not recognize any purported leadership imposed upon the party by a third party or by persons acting outside the constitutional framework of the party.
We want to disassociate ourselves from the statement made by some PLU to impose one person called Edimi Nap. In his statement, Edimi Nap is saying he has been duly elected
by the National Council of UPC for him to be the party president of UPC. That is not true, and I want to disassociate that he has never appeared in any UPC delegate conference.
They called upon Ugandans to respect democratic principles and uphold the Constitution.
We pray that all the members of the party should abide by the laws, should follow all the procedural matters that are important in implementing and defending the Constitution of Uganda. Constitution of the party, UPC, is an extract. It is supposed to be respected.
And you are aware that Uganda is a growing democracy. And as a growing democracy, like Uganda, it requires all intentional effort in conduct and practice for respect of each political party and also in respect of its constitution.
Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
Police have intercepted several buses transporting students for school tours and study trips. The operation follows the directive from the Ministry of Education and Sports suspending all school tours and study trips as investigations continue in two recent road crashes involving students.
Several buses transporting students have been intercepted and escorted back to their respective schools. The enforcement follows repeated road crashes involving students traveling for study tours, prompting the government to tighten safety measures.
There was some stampede and some buses were impounded in a number of areas, but the biggest number was near the Nile Bridge. Some people misinterpreted it as an arrest. We did not arrest anybody.
The Ministry of Education and Sports and education stakeholders approved stricter guidelines on school tours and study trips.
All study trips and tours that involve learners having to travel in group transport by land within the country or going outside Uganda are hereby suspended until further notice. 2. Schools that are already in an ongoing study trip or tour are instructed to stop to the nearest police station for further guidance and assistance on how to return to their respective schools. 3. Uganda Police Force is coordinating the safe return of learners that are currently on study tour or trip.
Security agencies have been directed to enforce the new regulations with immediate effect.
The restrictive order still stands because you will find a headmaster or a school administrator attempting to organize a trip. No, that trip will not be permitted. So the ban, the restriction is still on until further guidance from the ministry.
Under the new directives, schools whose students were already on study trips before suspension were instructed to coordinate their return journeys with police guidance.
The buses were moving at an awkward hour. We stopped them. When the time of 6 a.m. clocked, we released them. We would like to inform public that
the decision to suspend and regulate students' travel follows a series of fatal road crashes involving school children. The most recent involved King David Junior School, where a devastating crash in Kapchora claimed 24 lives.
The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Vyakagaba, has asked the High Court Civil Division to dismiss a habeas corpus application seeking the release of former Butambala County Member of Parliament, Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi. Police say Chivumbi is not in their custody. Take a watch.
The habeas corpus application filed by Haji Musa Lutaya, Mwanga Chivumbi's elder brother, shows that the former member of parliament disappeared shortly after being released on bail by the International War Crimes Division High Court on charges related to terrorism. The application states that after spending a night at his ancestral home in Butambara district, Mwanga Chivumbi was allegedly intercepted the following day at a police checkpoint near Mpigi while traveling back to Kampala. The applicant alleges that ununiformed and plainclothes military personnel forcibly removed Mwanga Chivumbi from his car and drove him away in an unmarked military van to undisclosed location. As a result, they filed an habeas corpus application against the Attorney General, the Inspector General of Police, and the Chief of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, seeking orders for Chivumbi's immediate release. The Inspector General of Police, Abasi Byakagaba's, asked court to dismiss the application
and said whereas they stopped him at their checkpoint in Mpigi, and that was his last point of appearance, they do not have him in their custody. That they have searched in all their stations and cells, he is not there. They are also trying to find out. But remember, it was their joint operation with the military. The army did not respond.
An affidavit sworn by Assistant Commissioner of Police Godwin Tumugumye further states that Mwanga Chivumbi was never arrested by the Uganda Police Force.
His personal lawyer cannot access him. Family cannot access him. If someone has committed or is suspected of having committed an offense, treat him in accordance with the law. Because without that, you lose the moral authority to charge somebody. I know the habeas corpus is about producing the body of the person, the corpus, whether dead or alive. So give us the body.
Although the Chief of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, was listed among the respondents in the application, no response had been filed. By the time the matter came up for hearing, Judge Collins Asalam reserved the ruling, expected to be delivered through an email come Wednesday this week.
So we can only appeal to you. Please return him. Please return all of them to their families. A productive nation is one where productive people are given an opportunity to work and produce for the country.
Judge Susan Yokalanye had granted Mwanga Chivumbi and 16 co-accused bail on treason-related offences arising from the alleged attack on a police station in Mpigi district and the deaths of 7 people at his home during the January 2026 elections. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nance Subuga, UBC News.
National Resistance Movement NRM Women's League Chairperson Adrian Kobsinje has warned NRM district chairpersons against mismanagement of party funds meant for LC1 and Women Council elections. Kobsinje's remark follows a corruption allegation against the NRM chairman for Shema district, Richard Muhanji.
There was a heated verbal exchange at Shema District NRM offices between party chairman and sub-county chairpersons. NRM sub-county chairpersons accused the party district chairman for denying them access to funds to facilitate the electoral process for LC1 and Women Council elections.
We don't want to follow the guidance of NRM.
Why these young boys watakwenda kwetegereza chi president arigamba? Bine corruption bajyo mbifuba nibyo basherekire. Niba creating aho board mu abantu batamwe be korama kuti ya gesente bagenda. Akabira kusiba kwa kutamwa agenda.
Twaruna nawo abebembezi hatu buri shaba ryamagombora. Kuza kutora facilitation no mchawe nchakare baraza hatu jangu bishe nchakare bakuza baraza chipasa koji baraza ya district umshares ya Yemera.
The Women's League chairperson Adrian Kobsinje and EC Commissioner James Twaheyo intervened and told the district chairman to respect the rules set by the party and surrender the money to the sub-county chairpersons.
The admin and the chairperson had their reasons that some of them are supporting for independence. They will take the money and don't give it to the other people. But we have agreed because as leaders they have their mandate, and according to our circular it is very clear that sub-county chairperson take the money. What the DEC can do is to do an extra oversight role but they cannot take away their mandate.
For the district leadership was saying the LC1 should come the district. And the members were saying, no, it should not happen because the distance is long and the little transport we give them cannot suffice.
The EC commissioner in Ibanda district continued with his role as the coordinator for Ankole sub-region.
And we have agreed, where they think the chairperson is not so trusted, let him go with one of the members of DEC to ensure that the money is delivered in his presence so that nobody says, I was not given the money.
The two top NRM officials also warned the sub-county chairpersons against intrigue among some members who decided to support independent candidates.
We have moved, and across the country we are getting reports that there is infighting. The infighting is that the NRM leaders are fighting their own. Even in my communication today, I told them that the collapse of UPC was infighting. So we cannot, as NRM party, we cannot allow that.
Clear court, all the NRM leaders, please forget about other issues. Go and support the flag bearers of NRM at every village.
Voting date for Women Council is on July 23rd, while for LC1 is July 28th. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Ankole.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Makerere Institute for Social Development, a certified institution for higher learning, invites applicants for certificates and diploma courses like accounting and finance, procurement, journalism, tailoring and fashion design, with many other skills-tailored courses.
Our institution is compliant. First of all, it is recognized by National Council for Higher Education. We are certified. Registration number is UBB 187.
Tested and tried since 1995, Makerere Institute for Social Development is your solution when it comes to quality education.
You may apply for January, May, August intakes. Find us along Sir Apollo Kagwa Road, opposite Makerere University Sports Ground. Our tuition is affordable with the state-of-art facilities. Early birds stand a chance to grab themselves bursaries. MISD or Makerere Institute for Social Development, facilitating your career.
We don't need anyone's permission to move forward. What we need is the power to do it our way. Spiro is not your typical EV company. It's the power grid for African ambition. A network that connects Nairobi to Kigali, Lagos to Lome, Dar to Kampala. Not with cables and wires, but with clean, quiet, relentless movement. This is Africa, powered by us.
The parent is Tuliahewa Dixon. And the child is Tuliahewa Esther.
Kambera gwete kwa mchisha ngo isha watu yahewa Esther wahangura school fees ngende na hateja shana amashemero kwa gonka MTN momo eberewo mbeni nyigasta igana kaga ni 5 sta munana 0 hash kushashura mwana school fees tokoma nyo muchisheri zagwijo wanje ninga nchaka ngwasa kuzo wawe mwebare munonga
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us. The Chinese modular precast concrete technology is transforming Uganda's construction sector by reducing build times and costs. Factory-manufactured components such as concrete panels and frames are produced off-site and assembled locally, allowing full homes to be erected in as little as 21 days. Timothy Sibasi looks at the technology, durability of houses, bridges, and how Modular House Engineering Construction Company, fully registered in Uganda, is changing the landscape in Uganda's real estate construction industry and enhancing employment opportunities in Uganda.
Time check is 2:30 p.m. at the Modular Housing Engineering Construction Company, situated at Namampe Industrial Park, Maine, or at work. At the engineering site, the Chinese modular precast concrete is the technology enhanced to transform Uganda's construction sector to reduce building times and costs. At the factory, engineers are manufacturing components such as concrete panels and frames. They are produced off-site and assembled locally, allowing full homes to be erected in as little as 21 days. On site, we look at the different technologies used to build modular houses using the Chinese modular precast concrete.
We need to have the machinery what we need. You need this kind of big gantis ring. We also need all the kind of mold. That mold should be like a strong mold, like a metallic mold. So from there we also have our special mixer, even the admixtures which we use to mix in the concrete is also special. And also for the curing the concrete to get the strength grow very fast. These are all the technology.
The module concept referred to module houses built using prefabricated panels that cuts out conventional bricklaying. By using modular formwork and precast elements, construction time is drastically reduced compared to traditional brick and mortar.
When we are installing time, we also need to have special team for the installation work to even use a heavy crane and all the safety gears following the government law. To all these things also needed. Even when we are setting up the structure, we have some interlock system to make the house connected strongly.
The other engineering technology used here is the volumetric modular construction. This is an off-site building method. Three-dimensional modules like fully furnished rooms or bathrooms pods are manufactured in a factory, then transported and assembled on site.
Okay, that is also a kind of new technology. Actually, that one is just started from China recently. We're also doing here. So that kind of it can use for the fence wall, and also they have some heavy block, the big made also prefabricated. So we put it there, even can use for the retaining. So retaining like stopping the soil collapsing or like retaining the water drainage is also can work.
On site was also the automated block making machinery technology. This utilizes hydraulic pressing and high frequency vibration to mass produce uniform, high strengthened concrete blocks, pavers, and interlocking bricks. This system minimizes human labor, lowers cycle times to around 15 to 30 seconds per stroke, and can yield between 15,000 to 30,000 blocks in an 8-hour shift.
Some contractor, they are making the bridge, they can take like 3-4 months, but for us, maximum 1 week we can finish in high class, in high strength. And also we have this drainage, precast drainage, to take the main water, like city in the city, beside the main road. For this rainwater, we have the big drainage. Maximum we can go for 6 meter wide.
Module House Engineering Construction Company is barely 6 years in Uganda's construction industry. But what are the success projects they have handled and completed in real time of 21 to 45 days? The construction company holds rich experience in building bridges on large rivers and complicated water channels in China. Given opportunity to fix Nakibo Channel, Kampala's collection of diluted, waste and flooded running water, Lang says the menace at the channel can be a story.
That one I propose to use our precast concrete drainage. Of course, also with enough reinforcement, we can design for that drainage. And one day, we even can make over 100 meters to do the installation.
However, the factory's expansion plans are limited with the small piece of land they are operating on. This is affecting voluminous production and presence of huge machinery on site. Lang also revealed bureaucracies involved in securing business on huge projects is a problem.
Some other companies, some old company in here or who have been registered here many years, they can come to us and buy our things on behalf of their name. It's not in our name, but in their name.
The sector, despite the challenges at play, the Chinese construction company is strategizing to invest heavily in Uganda's real estate industry, moving into the future. With a plan at hand, cites challenges of slow pace to embrace modern technology by Ugandans.
We already started some project with police in Naguru CPS, that is staff for the area. Actually, we even already made up the house for them, and the engineer was happy.
While unemployment remains Uganda's biggest problem, at Module House Engineering Construction Company, efforts to address unemployment are being addressed.
If we have enough space for us to work, even we can make over 100 meters per day. And that concrete, what we can make, it is higher than what we have in the market. The concrete we are making maximum strength is C55.
To answer President Yoweri Museveni's call for foreign investors to fix Uganda's unemployment burden.
Yeah. Now, the Uganda Virus Research Institute has announced the discovery of 142 new viruses, marking a major scientific breakthrough as the institute celebrates 90 years of research and innovation. Scientists say the discoveries strengthen Uganda's capacity for disease surveillance, early detection and preparedness against infectious diseases.
In 1936, the institute has grown into a leading center for biomedical research in Africa, playing a key role in combating diseases such as HIV and AIDS, Ebola, COVID-19, Marburg, and other emerging public health threats.
We have been there during outbreaks. We have responded to many outbreaks, Ebola, Marburg, Mpox. Our labs have been very, very active. So we are a public health lab, a research lab that tries to understand the viruses.
As the institute commemorates its 90th anniversary, officials highlighted major milestones including pioneering scientific discoveries, the establishment of state-of-the-art research facilities, and the training of thousands of scientists, laboratory professionals, and public health experts who continue to serve Uganda and the global community. They noted that these achievements have strengthened disease surveillance, accelerated research on vaccines and diagnostics, and enhanced Uganda's preparedness to respond to disease outbreaks.
To date, over 142 new viruses were identified here. And the processes of classifying them, giving them names, is currently ongoing. Examples are West Nile virus, Zika virus, and in the beginning, the Institute was able to understand yellow fever, how yellow fever is transmitted, the vectors that transmit yellow fever.
We are now able to make diagnosis much more faster. So it's part of our surveillance, but also part of research. As you're hearing that a lot of work has been ongoing on HIV area of research, and they have not given up.
Despite facing significant hurdles, the Uganda Virus Research Institute remains optimistic that increased investment, stronger partnerships, and continued scientific innovation will enable it to expand, accelerate the discovery of new viruses, strengthen disease surveillance, and safeguard public health in Uganda and beyond. However, government expressed its commitment to expanding research, embracing new technologies, and nurturing the next generation of scientists to address future health challenges.
The space is very limited. We need a big building to accommodate our labs. Our labs are scattered and offices. So I think one of the biggest challenges is space. But also we need to train more middle-level scientists.
We think that part of the strength of Ministry of Health in managing outbreaks, managing pandemics, is embedded into this institution. And as a ministry, we are proud of it and will continue to support its existence.
As Uganda Virus Research Institute looks beyond its 90-year journey, the focus remains on advancing scientific innovation, strengthening partnerships, and developing solutions that protect the health of Ugandans and contribute to the global public health. Charity Marion Imnat, reporting for UBC.
To Karamoja sub-region now, where residents of Moroto district want a government to invest in irrigation scheme to boost agricultural production. Ministry of Water and Environment and solar-powered water supply and irrigation system project have supported a community in Lokitumo village, Magos Parish, Lotisan sub-county, with water system and irrigation scheme to enable the community produce tomatoes and vegetables.
Water for people, water for security, water for production.
However, Moroto District Vice Chairperson Stephen Adupa asked for the performance of the projects after funders withdrew.
Do well in the first year when there are people from the ministry or from the district supporting the community. But the moment they hand the project to the community, the project dies completely.
Build on what they have done through the agronomy support that has been incorporated into the project. We think this can be a center of excellence for people to learn. Others will be coming to learn from here.
Crispus Arinitwe, Maureen Yiga, reporting for UBC.
Now, farmers in Karamoja sub-region have appealed to government to invest in promoting short manufacturing and drought-tolerant seeds. This comes after a widespread dry spell across the region, but few farmers who planted in time with quality seeds got better yields. Take a watch.
The drought period in Karamoja affects communities and their livestock, causing hunger, livestock losses and low agricultural production. Currently, nearly 518,000 people in the region are food insecure and rely on food assistance. In Amdat District, Food and Agriculture Organization, with funding from the European Union, has rehabilitated the Akura or Yam Dam under the project for pastoralism and livestock adaptation to climate change in Eastern Africa. The expanded dam now stores up to 20,000 cubic meters of water, providing a reliable source of water for livestock and surrounding communities.
This project is designed at cross-border level. So selecting Akura Dam was based on its utilization through sharing agreements with the people coming from West Pokot. So this particular dam has been hosting the two communities of the Pokot of Amuda district, then the Pokot coming from Kenya.
During prolonged dry seasons, the rehabilitation works included desilting the reservoir, installing perimeter fencing, and constructing livestock water facilities.
I know this facility has relieved this community of this water stress. And we believe that given right now maybe it is dry, but if the rains come, this water facility will be full of water, and this water still can be used to do irrigation. Those who have small gardens around, and others can also use it. Some, even if the communities, they use it for even for home purposes, especially if the boreholes are broken.
Chris Njemkeya is a livestock farmer whose water reservoir has reduced the long distances animals traveled previously in search of water.
Say that the dam has been helpful to the community. It has really lessened the distances that animals will have gone far to look.
The PLACE project is in vaccination campaigns and innovative sesefly control interventions in Kotido district. Sesefly populations have declined.
So the hollow cloth here, we treat it with, we call it impregnate with very strong chemical, delta 20%. So when it comes, only landing on it, it takes the what? The chemical. As it flies away, it dies.
The principal veterinary officer in charge of dairy and meat at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Dr. Chibuka Robert says improving animal health will increase livestock production.
We're also lucky to have PLACE project, which has come on board to strengthen other efforts that the ministry is also doing fronting for the betterment of our people here in Karamoja and the country at large.
Karamoja Regional Veterinary Laboratory in Moroto has upgraded facilities to strengthen disease surveillance and protect Uganda's growing livestock export.
Collaborate what is inside with what is there, so that we are able to, come to harmony, because we don't want vaccines to go to waste.
Pastoral communities across Karamoja face the effects of climate change, where investment in water and infrastructure, disease control, livestock and health will improve livelihoods.
We'll remain with the Karamoja sub-region momentarily, where the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Honorable Rukidi John Baptist, has shared a coordination meeting in Kabong district to finalize plans for the distribution of emergency food relief to communities affected by prolonged drought and hunger across the Karamoja sub-region. The meeting brought together government officials, district leaders, the Uganda People's Defense Forces and other stakeholders to harmonize beneficiary identification, distribution timelines, logistics, storage and monitoring mechanisms in line with the Office of the Prime Minister Directive. The National Enterprise Corporation NEC has been contracted to deliver food supplies for distribution across the 9 districts of Karamoja. A total of 9,419,790 kilograms of relief food will be distributed, comprising maize flour and beans. Kabong Resident District Commissioner Stephen Latek urged all officials involved to execute the exercise with professionalism and integrity. Commission Dr. Henry Mwebesa has warned health workers to steer clear of corruption which denies Ugandans access to quality health care. Dr. Mwebesa issued the warning during a supervision visit to Hoima Regional Referral Hospital, where the Commission met hospital management and staff to assess human resource management, recruitment and compliance with health service policies.
Laziness and internal wrangles continue to hinder service delivery and slow national development. The chairperson of the Health Service Commission, Dr. Henry Mwebesa, cautioned health workers against engaging in job-selling syndicates.
We take them through the processes of especially how they need to do the reporting and plan, to make submissions for the staff they want to recruit, because as you know, government has given hospitals money for recruiting into health workers. And we have been emphasizing that they should do their priority list for recruitment so that we are able to do this as fast as possible in order to avoid money being returned to Ministry of Finance because they were not able to recruit the staff. We are also emphasizing the issue of staff who study leave, because we find that sometimes they release so many staff to go on study leave without any planning and without any study leave.
Dr. Mwebesa said the visit is intended to assess staffing levels and address concerns over understaffing in regional referral hospitals.
Because we want to promote a corruption-free exercise where our staff are appointed on merit, they are promoted on merit, and even if they are to be disciplined, should follow a proper process without any interference in terms of malicifation or info.
Hoima Regional Referral Hospital Director Dr. Bwaga Ibrahim appealed for government intervention to address persistent electricity challenges that continue to disrupt healthcare services.
I found a total of 4 generators, and each of these units and wards had a generator attached to it. Unfortunately, because of the frequent utilization, despite the servicing, the generators became a high consuming equipment on our site.
Health workers also called for urgent action to improve working conditions and strengthen service delivery. For UBC News, I am Sudat Kaye.
We'll take yet another short break, but when we do return, we'll be looking at the latest in business. Do stay with us.
Every life begins in a moment like this. Certain, planned, full of promise. For us, it's a bold ambition to make lives better. Because somewhere, someone is stepping into a world of work for the first time with the confidence that their retirement is taken care of. We make dreams possible. From owning homes to scaling businesses. And when health takes an unexpected turn, help is there when it's needed most. And because legacies matter, what people build does not end with them. It's passed on. We value moments with go-getters, bold dreamers and believers. Different paths, different rhythms, with one shared belief that financial freedom is within reach. For 40 years, we've made lives better and fueled Uganda's economy. Through careful investment, we have supported businesses, created jobs, and backed our nation. To us, it's more than saving. It's believing in effort, in patience, in possibility. It's making lives better. We believe in you, in us, and in Uganda.
NSSF, 40 years of making lives better.
There's a new way to keep your breath fresh all day. Introducing Movit All Day Toothpaste, meant to give you powerful night gum defense and teeth whitening. The charcoal flavor gives you deep cleansing and power stain removal. And the herbal delivers natural strength for healthy, confident smiles. Choose Movit All Day Toothpaste and enjoy freshness all day.
Hello.
Yes, Mwami Mukasa.
Mutyaneyo.
Yono broka.
Yenze broka wa mayumba.
Bangambye ne nyumba za mwenungiko.
Kituufu. Oyagala abisenge bimeka?
Nga bisatu.
Ebbeeyi bagigambye?
Bangambye saa 5.
Nedda ssebo eno zaali nnyamuuko.
Lwaki?
Anti langi gye tusiigisa ya mulembe. Kati ne valiyo y'ekitundu yalinnya.
Musiigisa ki?
Global Paints.
Mutya.
Ku siiringi tukozesa Global Mat. Ate munda ne tukozesa Global Silk Vinyl.
Singa kwetaga wabweru.
Wabweru tukozesa Global Weather Coat Emulsion.
Kusiiga gye musiiga. Ogwo omutindo ogusasulira essente zonna.
Guli wumite.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend services. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
What if accessing government services became easier, faster, and closer to you? Introducing Service Uganda Centers, a new initiative designed to bring key government services closer to the people under one convenient location. Less movement from office to office, less unnecessary travel, better access to services and information. At the Service Uganda Centers, citizens will be able to access national ID services, passport processing, business registration, land and revenue services, and more, all in one convenient location. Whether you are in the city or upcountry, Service Uganda Centers are being designed with you in mind. Enjoy faster service, professional guidance, and a seamless customer experience. This is an initiative of the Government of Uganda, digitally powered by the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA, under the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project Government Network. Service Uganda Centers, bringing services closer to the people.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Time for us now to have a look at business news. The Senior Presidential Advisor on Finance and Planning, Professor Dr. Ezra Suruma, has said the future of Uganda's cooperative movement lies in stronger governance, trusted leadership, and innovation. He was addressing SACCO leaders at the inaugural SACCO Leaders Summit in Chankwanzi.
SACCO leaders from over 70 savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCOs, have trained in strategies needed to chart a resilient and a sustainable cooperative movement. The training at the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi, for the first SACCO Leaders Summit strengthens Uganda's cooperative movement. The Senior Presidential Advisor on Finance and Planning, Professor Dr. Ezra Suruma, told SACCO leaders to embrace transparency and innovation since the future of Uganda's cooperative movement depends on sound governance and trusted leadership.
We want our people to have confidence in SACCOs that their money will be safe. And secondly, that they can obtain access credit when they need it.
He said cooperatives are Uganda's inclusive vehicles for mobilizing savings, expanding financial inclusion, and empowering communities economically.
We want the SACCOs to start working closely together. We find that those who have been able to come together and become branches of one unit, they are 5, they are 10, they are 12, they are increasing their capacity, they are becoming, they are better able to provide capital to their members.
The training organized by the Uganda Cooperative Savings and Credit Union gives leaders practical strategies to tackle fraud, improve governance, enhance accountability, and safeguard members' savings to build resilient cooperatives.
The role of WUCUSCO is to ensure that there is coordination of all circles. Number 2, advocacy. There are things that we need to advocate together because the circle industry is young but also growing very fast. So we don't have to say that we are not having challenges. The challenges are very many, and that is exactly why we want to have this coordinated kind of training.
The summit seems a turning point for the sector, where stronger leadership will restore public confidence and ensure a long-term financial sustainability.
One of the issues that we are going to talk about, how can we streamline the existing laws so that the members are not affected? And as you are aware, of course, we have been having threats over issues of regulations issued by Bank of Uganda that come 30th of September. There can be some what I call for me things that can pull down the SACCO sector.
In the meantime, strengthening governance, accountability and innovation restores public trust, protects members' savings and positions SACCOs as sustainable engines of inclusive economic growth.
The Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, Jonathan Simwe, has toured Makerere University's key research, innovation and technology development facilities to strengthen collaboration with government. The Minister met the university leadership and discussed Makerere University's research and innovation agenda, strategic infrastructure, externally funded projects, commercialized technologies, startups, intellectual property development and the institution's contribution to Uganda's National Development Plan 4.
The minister toured the College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology and inspected advanced engineering workshops, manufacturing laboratories, renewable energy facilities and innovations supporting industrialization and infrastructure development.
It means you have two domains. The first domain is the market problem. The second domain is market solution. Once you have those two here, this is the starting point, and now in the middle here what you do is okay. Whatever methods you use, for as long as you respect the market problem and the market solution. You are supposed to come out of your institutions when you are listed. I have told you, if you're a scientist and you don't have money, change the subject. I repeat, if you say you're a scientist, but you cannot mint money from your science, then you are in a wrong faculty.
The minister was also briefed on the National AI Research Cloud and artificial intelligence applications in agriculture, health, climate resilience, cybersecurity, and public service delivery. At the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, he explored food technology, business incubation, and value addition innovations for coffee, bananas, dairy, cereals, and other priority value chains. At the College of Natural Sciences, researchers showcased biotechnology, advanced materials, Earth observation, and plans for a nuclear magnetic resonance facility.
Allow me thank you, and I want you to start a new journey. Under Mike Sanja, this one, I want to see money. I'm a businessman. I started earning when I was 13 years. So I'm used to see money flowing. I'm used to see the curve of money flowing. And there's no money I have made out of science, outside science. All of it has been science. There are places even in which I still earning outside this country, not within this country. They are still paying me per week because of my science which I give. So you never be poor when you respect science. But when you move in science as a model car, you see that is how they model. That's not how they go.
At Unipod and Mutic, student innovators exhibited commercially viable technologies, reinforcing Makerere University's role in driving research, innovation, and Uganda's industrial transformation. Sandra Kahunde, UBC News.
Let's have a go at sports news now. And Uganda's Commonwealth Games bound teams have started departing. The first contingent includes swimmers, netballers, boxers, a para-powerlifter and basketballers who have been given a nutrition boost by Banana Industrial Research Development Center through its Torquay branch.
After months of intense training that have enabled quality preparations that were followed by a glamorous flag-off ceremony by government, Uganda's Commonwealth Games-bound teams have started departing. Before they left, Bana Industrial Research and Development Center, through its Toke brand, blessed the team with a nutrition package at the Uganda Olympic Committee headquarters in Kampala.
Go to a journey, you would take what they call a mawuru, a pack of the matoke which you ate from the last night will be packed for you and you take it. So we've done this in a way traditionally to give them this pack to go with it to the international games so that they keep familiar with the food that they are eating.
The contingent that has departed includes a para-powerlifter, basketballers, netballers, boxers, and swimmers.
So I would really like, on behalf of Commonwealth Games Sport Uganda, to convey our message of appreciation to Professor Muranga and team at PIBD that has done so much.
The handover function was graced by officials from National Council of Sports and the Uganda Olympic Committee.
That I won the Olympics when he was also president. So he also win Commonwealth champion when someone is the president. And I know, we can all not win, but at least let's pray God that we come with something.
The 2026 Commonwealth Games get underway on Thursday, starting with the first ever indoor opening ceremony at the Oval Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland.
And think of yourself and think of the people you've left home. You're our ambassadors and we wish you the best. To the coaches, thank you very much. Keep pushing the young ladies and the young men to do their best.
Uganda will take part in 10 sports disciplines that are from 8 federations, with 5 para-athletes and a female-dominated team of 34 to 21.
John Barnes Center more reporting there, and that story brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On sign language, it's been Senyamo Yusuf, and I am Rukidi Kijjanangoma, wishing you a blessed night.